Good evening. How are you guys doing? Man, welcome to CHITCHAT right here on Y254 TV. We're all about trending topics right here in Kenya and away. We talk about weekly trending topics. So we do a recap of what's been happening in the streets of social media. My name is Philin Jean. You already know that. If you didn't know, my name is Philin Jean at Philin Jean everywhere. And I'm joined on set by our very own Carol Mutunga and Ronald to the Royce. Itakuwaje? How are you? I'm going to start with Carol, of course, because you know what they say, ladies first.
Yep.
Men. Kila mtu alipata memo ya kuvaa black, and I'm loving this, you know.
Right.
Kila mtu avae jeans ya black, tumesikia, you know. You know. I love that. Good to see you guys. How are you, Carol? Tulikumiss last week?
I'm good. I'm having the best weekend of my life.
Oh, wow.
I missed you guys too.
We missed you too much. Nimekuona huko social media. Saa hii uweki watu. Unaongea ukweli. Unaongea ikutoke.
Lazima watu waambiwe ukweli. Philin, unajua, aside from that, wajua watu walikuwa wamezoea kusema ati, watu wako na players wazee, nyinyi sijui hamtawahi pigana, alafu
Man City imeisha.
ati imeisha.
Sasa jana mkawaambia.
Unajua dawa ya mtoto mtukutu
ni nini?
Inakuanga kiboko. Tukawapiga.
Bantu wako wapi kwa hii set by the way? Where is Bantu? Ron. Nakwambia leo una bahati Ron. Leo unakula kichapo watu wa Chelsea by the way.
Mimi nashangaa kumuona hapa. If I was you, Ron,
angekuja kazi.
Singekuja kazi. Mtafute replacement. Unatoa wapi audience?
Bantu alijua. Bantu knew that. Bantu alijua. Bantu alikuwa zile. You know what? I'm not boarding. I'm not boarding. Bantu mimi sikuji kazi, you know.
Utaficha wapi sura yako Ron?
I've literally walked from ICU right now. Nimefika saa hii.
But it's all right. Shout out to Man City for, you know, bagging that win after a while. Unajua ni kitambo mshinde, so it's good.
Shida ni
shout out to Makasi. Najua Makasi mali yuko, he's a happy man. You know, Man City fans are happy men. Oh, and women. And women, of course.
I don't mind being a man. You know I'm an alpha female, so...
Okay. Hapo kwa alpha female, tukiingia hapo hatutatoka sahi. You know what? Huko hatutatoka sahi. But congratulations to everybody, you know, for winning. Kila mtu mwenye ameshinda. Arsenal naona Aslan anaona tu na meno. Huko nyuma ya kamera, you will only see his teeth. Akisikia Chelsea akiingiliwa is happy.
Yeah, he's always
anyway, you know what? I'm also happy it rained after a very long time. So
finally,
it's amazing, yeah. But is it really amazing? Because our drainage system is
terrible.
Nairobi's drainage system is awful. Mvua imenyesha tu kidogo hivi. I was on Langata Road. Tunaenda kufika pale Timo. Unaona kwa kariva kana kwa ngapo ime overflow. Now we had to use Mbagathi. Uko pia sijui hapo kuna block hivi. You know, is it like the buildings? Alafu ile wall. There's a wall that collapsed on the road, so there are a lot of blocks on the road, and it was just chaotic. But I hope they do something about
Philin,
that.
I think our governor is asleep. Yeye ndo anasemanga.
But sasa mmoja governor isifanya kila kitu.
You know what? Sini kazi yake like anafa set priorities. Like in the last like 2 or 3 years, tumekuwa tukiona kuna rains in January.
You know what? That is not part of the stories we are talking about today. Hapo kwa governor
let Nairobi work.
Tutaongea time ya news.
Lazima i work.
It will work by fire by force.
Unajua ni work gani? In fact, leo hiyo rain has messed him up. It is a work.
Wewe nimeachana nayo. Mambo ya wasanii nimeachana nayo. You know what? Let's get started with our first story. The hashtag for the show is ChitChat. We're on Facebook, we are on IG, and we are on we're actually on Facebook, on the Gram, and on X. Y254 channel is where you find us. And of course, you can stream us on X and take us on the go, take us with you. Kama unatoka kwa nyumba, you can just stream us live on X. That said, let's get started with our first story. And before then, tunasemainga Tirum
is officially
open. You already know what's up. Now let's start with some tea from Zimbabwe. you know, actually it's South African teas. Zimbabwe, a Zimbabwean living in South Africa, right?
Yeah,
now, a viral video shows a Zimbabwean wife confronting her husband's teenage side chick in South Africa, but the encounter took an unexpected turn. The high schooler, joined by friends, fought back, leaving the woman visibly beaten. Now, social media users had different opinions regarding the matter. Let's have a look. We have a video, of course. Right, so I don't know if my producer has a story. We have a look at it. Now, basically, you've been seeing this story on social media, sindio? Mmeona vile kumekuwa kukienda. This chick, bibi ya mtu, amejua, you know what, my husband is cheating. And he's not just cheating with sijui nani nani. The husband is cheating on her with mtoto wa shule, wa high school. We have a video. Let's have a look and then muone tu vile, you know. Eesh.
Damn it. What the damn it is that, my nigga? What the damn it is that? What the damn it?
Oh my God. Oh wow. Imagine, okay, it's not embarrassing enough. Okay, lakini tu Karo anasemanga kwa hii show kila siku. Men will leave you in the desert without water. Now where is the husband? Where is the husband? I have a lot to say about this story. Number one, before hata niende kwa Karo na Ron. Number one, where is the husband with a high school kid? Haujui utafungwa. Uko na mtoto wa shule, haujui utafungwa. Bro, utalala ndani. These high school kids, they look grown but they are not. They are kids. Mtoto wa 13 unadhani yako 18. Utafungwa. That is number one. Number two, as a wife, why are you fighting a child? No, like seriously, you need to, your husband first of all does not have respect for you, so why are you also disrespecting yourself? You know?
Yeah.
Sababu, that is clearly disrespect to yourself. You cannot fight, at least speak on someone your own age. You know?
Yeah.
Unajua mimi. That's how I'm feeling right now.
But in this whole situation,
Let's talk about it.
I would blame the wife.
Yeah.
Like, you're the grown person in this whole thing, like between you and the girl. And then, I'm always telling ladies, if your man is cheating, talk to your man.
Right?
Not the other woman. After in this situation, even if he was cheating with an older woman, the person that you still have to confront is your husband. Because you do not know what your husband told his side chick. Hata labda alimwambia, I don't have a wife. My wife passed away. My wife hayuko. My wife
Ama we're just co-parenting.
We are co-parenting. Ni baby mama too. You know.
Amekatalia kwangu.
Nililazimishwa kumuoa. I'm only with the half for the kids. You know.
Hey.
Men always have something to lie about. Men will always lie. So her going past her husband to just confront the other lady and to make it worse is a minor, a student, though yet the student are in the right peer. But these ladies, like, ange confront to bonake, and then she would have avoided all this embarrassment. Like, sasa hii kitu yote imekuwa tu a continental thing, because it's from South Africa but we're seeing it in Kenya.
I know.
So you've been cheated on na bado katandikwa.
And now you've been embarrassed. Embarrassment.
Men
bro.
will show you
and you're talking about minors. The husband should be the one to be held accountable. Mbona unakatia minor? Clearly,
he should even be arrested in the
he
first
needs to be arrested.
Because that's
like,
a minor.
What? Anyway, Tron. You are the man now in this situation. Talk
in this
to us.
relationship.
Kwa hii story wende mwanaume utajitetea ukiwa upande gani?
Okay, first things first, Philina. I think if you look at the way the girl had the confidence. You remember Hardcore? Hardcore used to be the food ile ugali tulikuwa nakula tukiwa high school. Ile unajua ugali kishapikwa kuna kalea wanga kana form. Kanaitwanga hardcore. Ako kalea kangumu unaweza gonga ngotono usikie kakaka. That is what we used to eat plus na githeri. Now this lady seems now that thing has gotten into her. She's very hard. That's why she ameamua kupiga udem. Now the problem is the woman aliamua kwenda kuconfront the kid. You remember when the Gen Zs tuleta parliament tukakula pilau. Don't mess with these kids. Don't mess. Hata kama bado kwa shule ama they are done. Don't mess with them. They will watakutandika. Sisi ni wazee sawa the millennials. Let us not mess with these Gen Zs because they are going to show us dust. But then again, coming back to the story of the man anakatia mtoi, I know constitutionally speaking, it's not right. Kabisa, it's not right. Now, if you look at it from the other angle, is the lady alienda to confront the kid because the kid was playing around with the man. Now, the man was supposed to come in between the two instead of letting the wife get embarrassed in front of the school, number one, and then in front of the nation. Now, being a man, me as a advice, you know what? Next time when your wife or when your wife catches you cheating, it's very simple. Maze jitokeze, ene ongea na mama, asiende confront anyone because you went at embarrassed. At the end of it all, it comes back to you because when do you cause all this thing? So maze, wanaume kama mimi, don't try this at home.
But let me tell you, unajua kwanza huyu mtoto, I think hata the reason you dem aliamua kumtandika, maybe alienda tu kumuuliza like Rada, what is happening? Are you seeing my husband? But anakaa aliran mdomo, alafu unajua kuna mabeshte zake. Akuziliza, what is wrong with you? Kwanza he's leaving you. Sijui nini akaona we unitamtandika, bro.
Alafu maybe even the man did not
Maybe
know that
hakujua.
your confrontation will take place. Maybe the lady just saw messages and evidence and where to find the girl. And then mama kaenda tu kwa hiyo shule kufanya confrontation. Maybe bwana ako kazi ako shughuli zake and he did not know. But he found out in a very shocking way on the internet.
Let me ask you something.
Uzuri, the only advantage is that we don't know him atuoni face yake. That is the only advantage.
For
But
him.
yeah.
But let me ask you something, Philin. What's wrong with women with being so snoopy? Just leave your husband's phones, gadgets alone.
Ndio ukufe kama ujui.
Yeah, it will save you all a lot.
No.
So unataka kufa kama unajua.
People are dying. Do you know why? Do you know why women usually do that? Sometimes it's not even out of jealousy. They just want to know that they are okay. Because you might be involved with someone who is involved with someone else, who is also involved with someone else. Time unaletwa ugonjwa kwa hao haujui.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the reason why a lot of women do that.
No.
They
The
just
worst
need
part
to
is
know.
that throughout the whole thing, you have been faithful.
No, it's not about being faithful. Let me tell you something.
So usijue tu,
Yeah.
ukaange tu in the dark.
What you don't know cannot kill you.
It will
What?
kill you.
No, it
When you
won't.
get sick.
Imagine
when you get
alafu,
STIs,
the worst
STI
thing
will
is-
kill you.
It's not,
The worst thing is
STI.
kama unashuku bwana yako
Diseases.
and you start getting hata ukipata tu kahoma kadogo you will always be scared. It might be something because you don't know.
But
So
they
you
don't-
need to question.
A lot of times, madema wayatakangi kuangalia kwa simu juu ati they are jealous. Most
No,
of the
no,
times,
no.
they need to know that
who?
the person I'm with, they are also with me alone. They are not with...
Yeah.
No, I don't
Anyway,
think
you know
so.
what? Ebu, let's move on to another. Ron hata kubali. We will argue. You go explain, tire. You know what? Let's move on to another story. And a South African media personality, Kefilwe Mabote, explained her decision to ban expensive designer items after dedicating her life to Christ. She shared that based on biblical teachings, these items represent spiritual implications she could no longer support. Instead of donating them, she chose to destroy them to avoid passing on something she no longer stood for. All right, let's have a look at the video.
Yo.
What the damn it is that, my nigga? What the damn it is that? What the damn it? Damn it. What the damn it is that, my nigga? What the damn it is that? What the damn it?
They just say what the damn witch. But anyway, okay, let me explain. For those who have watched Young, Famous, and African, Kefilo is actually one of the new cast members on the show. She's a South African influencer. So najua vile maisha ma influencers. So the thing is, sai ameokoka. Unaona? So juu ameokoka sai akakuwa zile za, you know, these brands, some of these brands, if you Google what their logos mean, nasema hivyo na nimevaa Gucci. Anyway. Anyway, alikuwa amebuy Versace car zote. Akasema Versace kwanza inakuanga na kichwa iko na zile zinakuanga na nyoka, sio? The nini, what is it called? They have a name.
Snakes.
The snakes, no. There's a Medusa. It's Medusa, right?
Yeah.
So Medusa, if you do your own research, Medusa has a different meaning, like Egyptian, whatever. Like you can do your research on your own time. So now that I'm Okoka, I can say, you know what? My faith and this faith do not work. They do not mix. And the Bible says, she said that the Bible says, according to her, in her own words, the Bible says you cannot serve two masters. So akasema siwezi kuwa nasema mimi ni wa Mungu na navaa Versace na promote Versace and Versace do not know my God. So juu hii story, mimi I'm giving up on this. Na juu sitaki kupiti, like she didn't want to give them. Watu wakamwambia badala ya kuchoma si ungepeana, akasema siwezi pea mtu mwingine and I know the spiritual implications of having these items. So badala ya kupea mtu mwingine, let me just ban them. You know, I don't know. Karo?
Cloud chasing.
Sure.
Amwezi
amini mtu ameokoka.
What you
I'm a cloud chaser. She's actually on the biggest show right now. It's trending in Africa.
They are selling the show. That is what they are doing. In fact, I think she's the only new member or one of the new members.
No, there's also in Edo. She's new, yeah.
She's one of the new faces of Young, Famous and African. And like Alisema, that show was shot like over a year ago. And there is still much more time to come in her life.
Yeah.
So why this particular time when it has just been released? Ini showbiz.
You think so?
This is
Unafanya showbiz na Mungu.
She's an influencer. Anything is possible. Mimi naogopa celebrity. Nowadays hata celeb akipiga simu akwambia ni mgonjwa, like, are you sick for real? Like for real?
Anyway, you don't believe anything a celebrity says. Tumefikishana hapo.
I don't.
Yo.
What on a cloud chase? It is selling, it is making them money, but you get to lose trust from people. And that is one thing that maybe you will never recover. But for me, this is cloud chasing. They are trying to sell the show. I mean, other people are doing it as well. Watu hiyo show wengine pia kuna wenye wanafanya.
They are promoting the show in different ways.
Yeah, they're promoting the show in different ways.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason she was cast for that show. It's because they knew she can bring drama to the show. And she can sell it.
Yeah.
So this is one way of selling it.
Okay. Ronald, do you share the same sentiments as Karo? Unadhani ni clout ama ni yenyewe she has seen the light? Unajua, it's possible.
I think for the first time in 2025, I'm going to side with Karo.
What do you mean? Yani mtu tu haezi okoka na abadilishe maisha yake, nyi muone hivyo. Mnaona tu ana cloud chase.
Feeling that was the lamest excuse to give us.
No, but it's true when people actually, when you see this thing does not represent God, hata maybe there are things I've thrown away from my house. Like that. No, for real. Kuna nguo zenye I no longer wear. Like ukipata nguo zingine ziko na pyramids zinakaa weird, and then after umeona hizi ma triangles zingine zinakaa weird, you're like, oh, this is not, you know.
But why do it at this particular time? I mean,
no, I don't post about it.
Year?
Of course, I'm not posting about it. But for her, I feel like maybe now that she's new to faith, alikuwa zile za acha ni post, maybe itasaidia mtu mwingine.
No, Feline, God has blessed you so that you can be able to afford the most expensive things on earth. Okay? And that is a blessing. It's not that it's a curse. Now, I don't know where symbols and symbolism and devil worshipping and everything comes in whenever you have an attire or maybe a designer. Let me explain to you. Now, people will always try as much as possible to, you know what, I am trying to be pure. Being pure does not mean the clothes that you wear.
No, it's not pure. It is not just, okay, let me explain in my perspective. Wewe, tuseme, okay, let's say for example, like for me, I'm a Christian, right?
Yeah.
And I believe in God. Alafu, nione, like this thing, niko na hii wristband, and it does not represent God. I'm not saying this is not of God. Hii Kenya kila mtu ako nayo, sio? So I'm saying, I have this, na in my own way nione, this does not represent God. This ya Mungu. And I know that and I'm still wearing it. So in my own perspective, in my own mind, I'm like, this is like a mockery to God, so I'll throw it away. But I'm not saying everything. See, me never Gucci and
Philly, do you know that most of the things are just perceptions? There's nothing real about it.
No, and that is the thing though. That is why we all have different faiths. Like our faith is not the same. Like kuna Hindi, kuna Buddhists, kuna Christians who also believe in different ways. Kuna SDA,
yes.
kuna Catholic. So faith also is different.
So
Kwa kila mtu it is different.
So that means if, let's say for example, this guy, the person was owning another brand of a car that maybe she knows the background or she knows the logo represents something satanic.
That one I will answer you in the next story.
Okay, that is
I will answer you in another story.
What I don't understand.
Yeah, muuliza nitakujibu kwa story inakuja next.
No, what I don't understand, Philin, is why ban your clothes? Maybe because, okay, that brand doesn't represent or doesn't go with the faith that you believe in.
Yeah.
And yet you bought them because you believed in them.
No, at that time, Aku ameona light. So saying that ameona light. She has seen the light.
But why do it now, though? When
Yes,
the show has just been released, the show is fresh in the market. I just have a problem with the why now.
Shida si kufanya. Shida ni mbona unafanya saa hizi. And also, why are you posting for us?
Yes, if you want us to believe that umeokoka, like I think there are more things.
Si nataka watu wengine pia wajue Mungu waokoke.
Na si angepiga picha akiwa kanisa akiworship, hata hiyo ingekuwa more believable. But I think angechoma last year ama angoja achome next year, but sasa anachoma saa hii senye show ni fresh.
In fact, sasa bado anachoma hizo vitu. Aombe sana nisiweke katika wale watakuwa watchman kwa gate ya kuingia heaven.
Utamfungia?
Ndio
wewe uliharibu nguo bro. Wewe hapo tuambiane ukweli.
Mimi in fact kama utakuwa binguni na hujaniona ujue hizo binguni. Wewe rudi.
You know what? We are moving from this. Let's go to another story. Nataka nijibu Ron ile swali aliuliza. Now, Tanzanian gospel singer Goodluck Gozbert has gone viral after banning a Mercedes-Benz gifted to him by Pastor Gio Devi in 2021. In a YouTube video, he explained that God repeatedly instructed him to stop driving the car, which he eventually obeyed. Gozbert emphasized that his unwavering faith and obedience to God's commands, saying, "What God says, I follow." You cannot make these stories up. We have videos. Let's have a look.
Inueni vichwa vyenu enyi malango, inukeni enyi malango ya milele, mfalme wa utukufu apate kuingia. Naitwa Goodluck Gozbert, ni mtumishi wa Mungu. Inueni vichwa vyenu enyi malango, inukeni enyi malango ya milele, mfalme wa utukufu apate kuingia. Naitwa Goodluck Gozbert, ni mtumishi wa Mungu aliye hai, na tuko mahali hapa kwa ajili ya tukio moja maalum sana ambalo imempendeza Mungu lifanyike siku ya leo. Na kwa wale ambao mnatufuatilia, una uwezo wa kuona glory be to God. Now, kama unavyoona tuko umbali kiasi kutoka eneo ambapo gari imeungua.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Video inayoonekana hapa ni ya gari ambayo nilipokea kama zawadi kutoka kwa nabii mmoja hapa Tanzania mwezi Disemba mwaka wa 2021. Nayo mengi ya kuzungumzia, lakini kwa sasa ningependa ijulikane ya kwamba chakula nilichoshiriki siku hiyo katika ibada hiyo na zawadi ya gari nililopokea siku hiyo haikumpendeza Mungu ninayemtumikia, kwa sababu madhabahu hiyo haikuwa sahihi kwangu kushiriki. Na kama zawadi kutoka kwa nabii mmoja hapa Tanzania mwezi Disemba mwaka wa 2021. Nayo mengi ya kuzungumzia, lakini kwa sasa ningependa ijulikane ya kwamba chakula nilichoshiriki siku hiyo katika ibada hiyo na zawadi ya gari nililopokea siku hiyo haikumpendeza Mungu ninayemtumikia, kwa sababu madhabahu hiyo haikuwa sahihi kwangu kushiriki. Na najua ya kwamba baada ya video hii kuwa imetoka, utaibuka maoni tofauti ya watu pamoja na watumishi wengine wanaonipenda na wanaonichukia, na yote ninayaheshimu. Mungu akinipa kibali cha kuzungumza kuhusu mengine, basi nitazungumza kwa kadiri ya neema iliyopewa. Kwa sasa nitasema haya machache, na Mungu wa mbinguni.
Right. So does that answer your question, Ron?
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean? Unaona watu wanachoma. Umesema kama ingekuwa gari angechoma. Ndio hiyo, si ndio hiyo amechoma. Ule alichoma nguo. Huyu amechoma gari. Haya basi, let's talk about it.
The only pastor I believe in the whole world is Pastor Nganga. He's the only pastor that who will
even after his statement. Wewe unajua Nganga alisema nini? Ati mna spend time unaweka makeup na hata you can't be, you know.
Yeah.
You can't be gripped, if you know what I mean, you know. Hata huwezi pata mtu wa ku, you know.
No, kufanya nini? Unajua feeling.
Grip. Anyway, you know, that's what he said. And a lot of people had a problem with that speech. I'm like, you are a pastor, for God's sake. How are you even? We are here and femicide, alafu unaongea hivyo surely. Pasi. Na wewe unasema he's the only pastor you believe in.
Okay, feeling, listen. There's this time he was saying that, you know, ayaya hizi patia mtu figo yake, right? The way people unaendanga hosi and then someone is supposed to donate because yako sharibu na pombe. And then he said unakura mutura, unakura vichwa za mbuzi, unakura. You remember? So Pastor Nganga is always real whenever he's talking to you, and then he resonates with whatever we guys are doing out here. Now, look at this guy. This guy decided to ban a car that was gifted in 2021. 2021, and Caro is going to ask why now. It's because he said that he has been having repeated voices from God that you abandoned this car. Right?
Yeah.
So how many times has he had these voices? He's not told us. Now, the other thing is, this guy owns a church. So he's really focused in maintaining a certain flock so that people can believe that if you're given a gift, those gifts are not good, or not all gifts are good. Some of them are not good. So just imagine if
But that's true though. Not every gift is good.
Yes. So that means if I'm given a car today by a friend, let's say for example, Alan, which I doubt, I'm given a car today. It's not of good faith, right? I am in particular, Ron, you're a friend of mine. Unakuanga fan wa Chelsea lakini mimi ni wa Arsenali. Juu Chelsea mumechapa Arsenali, sasa wacha nikupatie gari kama gift. That means this guy is giving me the car, is gifting me the car to go and kill me, right? Maybe I can get an accident or something.
Yeah.
He didn't give me that in good faith. But what I'm trying to put across is for pastors, me siaminingi pastors. Huyu yake ni cloud chasing. Caro, over to you.
Why did it take him all those years ndio achome? Like, si alipewa 2021.
Yeah.
Na kwa video amesema, he said that chakula yenye alikula hiyo siku na hiyo gari, they were not good. But surely kutoka 2021 mpaka right now we are in 2025. Alafu did he have to record it if it was really coming from a genuine place that he had a conversation with God?
So maybe he was trying to teach people about obedience.
Obedience?
Like obedience to God. No. Like if God tells you to do something.
But he has a church where he can broadcast all that, where he can say all that. Did he have to record himself burning the car? I feel like ni kama anataka kutoa ngoma mpya.
No,
Mbona record?
Yeah, kuna ngoma inakam.
Why is he recording hiyo part yenye anachoma and then he goes ahead to introduce himself? Mimi ni huyu with a microphone. The whole video iko na mpaka soundtrack zimewekwa hapo ndani.
Mpaka filters.
You know, like this is
not
a lot of work for somebody who is really hurting genuinely. I won't even talk about religion, but if you're hurting genuinely, kuna vitu zingine hata itakuhit baadaye. By the way, we would have recorded that.
No, wait.
Because at this time, it is between you and the
Creator.
higher power that
Maybe
you serve.
God had clients. Maybe Mungu alimwambia usipeane hiyo gari choma.
Hapana, feeling huwezi ambia. And in fact, Caro is really saying the truth. Because
why was he
akipewa,
recording it?
alirecord.
Yeah, he the whole burning
he did.
thing.
No,
No, akipewa alirecord of course.
alirecord, so it's there.
Si hata unajua
But he
Kenya
has
mtu akipea kitu ama hata East Africa lazima pia hao wa record.
But why is it that he has not shown that? He's only showing us when he's burning it. And then number two,
He showed ile time.
ametuongelesha about the food. Why couldn't he talk about the food then? Why now?
So,
Because unajua food ni kitu inakuharibikia saa hiyo.
Amesema chakula alichokula ule wakati na lile gari because ilikuwa event I think. So there were food, drinks, alafu akapatiwa gari as a present. Now you're doing well. God bless your ministry. Here is even the car so that you can reach many people.
No, the car.
And then God akozile za hii gari rudisha. Na mimi unajua wewe hujai kuwa na gari.
Na hiyo food.
Alafu unasikia akozile za God yenyewe nakupenda lakini hapa kwa gari hapa.
No,
why did it take him so long? Like 4 years.
Hakutaka kuobey Mungu. Alikuwa zile za bro hii hapana hii nao sirudishi. Sasa ni vile as he goes I think if you disobey God I think like kuna kwanga na repercussions. Probably maybe there's zimekuwa mob akaona I have to
Inanikalile situation yenye ushaiserve mtu chakula anakula alafu akienda kumaliza anaanza kusema hii chakula hataikuwa na chumvi
ama anasema umeweka chumvi kali.
It's been such a long while 4-5 years
chakula in fact chakula is something that he could have talked about then, not now. Okay, gari we can understand.
Ron tu hata si gari imemuumia.
Ron
chakula.
Baby, I'm also wondering about the food. Sasa juu umechoma chakula, umechoma gari. Chakula utafanyia nini na ulishakula?
Na ulikula na ukatoa.
And if you're going to pray about the food that you ate, can't you do the same for the car? Ama just take it back to the owner? Do you have to burn it and film it at the same time?
Yeah, it
okay,
doesn't
but then actually Mimi, I have a problem with like it's a gift. Maybe angerudisha. You know. I don't understand why he had to burn it, but vile nimesema maybe God told him to. Si Mungu alimwambia
mimi nataka
maybe Mungu alimwambia choma gari.
Feeling. Yeah. You have a lot of friends. You have a lot of events that always happen throughout your life.
Yeah.
And also, there are those friends that who will always gift you. Out of all your friends, there's no one who always has maybe a sinister reason of giving you a present. None, right?
You don't know. So you just pray over them.
So you just pray over them.
You pray over gifts.
Why didn't this guy just pray over it and then he's like, God, I was given with bad faith, but let me just keep it. Because if it were you, God pia anakwambia.
Unajua gari. Si ndo nakwambia kuna vitu zingine mtu ndarudisha kwa zile za mazee Mungu hapana. Amesema he disobeyed God until now. Maybe vile Karo amesema, maybe I don't know. People, unajua, let me tell you, squeeze hata it's so hard. There's so many churches, so many faiths. So it is so hard to know who is genuine and who is not. You have to ask God lead to. It's hard. You pray over everything at a church. Because you don't know. Unaweza sema ule alimpea gari ni mbaya mwanze kumchukia kumbe yeye ndo mbaya mwenye amechoma ndo haribie ule mwingine. So it is so hard to know who is of God and who is not of God.
In fact ukienda na church usiekelewe mkono. Hiyo story.
That's also true by the way.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
People are passing so many other things into you that you don't know.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Especially altars are different. Like people service different altars. And you even just participating kwa kutoa sadaka kwa hiyo church, you're also part of that. So it is really tricky and it's so hard to know who is for God for real. So you have to ask God to give you discernment.
But
Carol, do you know discernment?
Yeah.
Do you have discernment?
No, it's because okay. Story something else was running in my head.
That is true.
I was trying to remember a certain time vile mmesema hiyo story ya kuekelewa mikono. I've remembered 2 instances in my life when niliekelewa mikono. And I wasn't falling down. The first one nilikuanga mdogo. Tulikuwa tunasema memory verse mbele ya kanisa. Then after saying the memory verses, it was I had gone ile like it was not my church. I'm Catholic originally. But hii siku tukaamua we are friends tuende kwa kanisa kina huyu. So we went. So after saying the memory verses tukaanza kuombewa tunashikwa hivi. So everybody else, all the other kids around me fell down and I wasn't falling down. So I just faked the falling down and I fell down.
No, sione wewe ni weird.
So by the way, I just waited.
I think majority of people usually fake falling down.
In fact,
just so that ndo usikue wewe ni ati watu watasema wewe uko na shetani. Unajua mwenye.
And then now the next time it happened, it was in a different church, like I was already grown up in high school. So tumeenda kwa hii kanisa, pastor amenishika, amenifanyia hivi, amenisukuma, sianguki. It reached a place akaacha kuomba. akaomba akaanza kucheka. So me was wondering, why don't I ever fall down?
Because
So
you're not filled with the Holy
that
Spirit.
is what was running,
You're the Holy Spirit.
that's what was running through my mind.
Tumeachana na hiyo story. We
Unaweza
are
kumbuka
leaving-
Benny
we are
Hill?
moving away from that. Let's
Benny
talk
Hill.
about another story. Oh my goodness. And the next story, it is as comforting as it is heartbreaking. Do you understand? Like it's comforting. It has a good ending, but it has a really awful start. And next story imenisumbua a whole week, by the way. Now, former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has adopted a young boy who witnessed his father's brutal murder in Mathare Area 4. Now, Sonko announced that the boy will now be part of his family, thanking individuals like Victor Owiti, Mathare Chief, and Christine Demba, an Assistant Chief Agnes Nganga, for supporting the child during the tragic ordeal. We have a video of the boy with Sonko at his office. Let's have a look.
Babako alifanya nini? Pole pole, Mungu atakulinda. Haya, karibisha wageni, nikuletee zako. Nani babako alifanya nini? Pole pole, Mungu atakulinda. Haya, unanijua mimi? Salimia.
Sona hii ndio kuna ile gari. Sona ile gari ndogo.
Msalimie basi nikubebe kidogo. Mambo. Unaitwa nani? James nani?
Now, I know Sonko has his own issues and everything, but for this, mazei mimi namishia. And not just Sonko. Can you give that for Sonko's wife? Sababu, in as much as unaweza pata bwana ni mzuri anataka, oh, let's take this child, unaweza pata bibi mwenye ako zile za, no, me I have my own children, I'm not willing to, you know. So also Sonko's wife, Maze, we need to also appreciate her, because it's not everyone. Sio kila mtu ako na hiyo roho. But can you talk about the instance that happened leading to now Sonko adopting the child? Caro?
It is so sad kusikia huyo mtoto akisema hivyo. What happened to the dad? You know, this is something that will stay with him forever, right? Maybe he's young, but he'll never forget what happened and what he saw that day. It is so sad. Nimekumbuka mpaka hata videos from Palestine and Pakistan and everything. Like, it is so sad what people out here do. I just wish that people could be a little bit humane, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm really happy for the boy. At least amepata family.
There's a good ending.
Yeah,
it's a good ending. But so bad for the dad, man. Hadi lunch ilikuwa kwa floor. Bro, and he was a single dad. Ron, let's talk about that.
Actually, I think this is not the first story that, or the first family that Sonko is trying to sort out. There was also another boy. I can't remember the story very well. But
Ule alikuwa huko alikuwa na kunywa maziwa direct kwa ng'ombe.
Kwa ng'ombe.
Yeah.
Ilikuwa dogi. I think there was something.
No, it was a cow, I think.
It was a cow?
Yeah, he adopted him. He's grown now.
Yes, grown, yes.
Shule hadi
Correct.
Sonko alimbuy gari a while back, I think last year.
Yeah.
Akimaliza high school.
So I think Sonko is being, as much as he has his own bad sides, I think Sonko is one of the guys who I will also always look up to when it comes to such stories. Because what Sonko does is he always wants to help through, from his heart, right? As much as unajua, okay, wezi by the way, wacha niongelee wanyo. Kwa tu mwizi lakini don't take someone else's life.
That's what I say. Maze, wizi ni mbaya, but mwizi mwenye amekuja akakwambia letter, like when you give everything you have and they leave you alone. Watu wako na njaa. And in as much as it's wrong, but I understand. You get?
Yeah.
But why do you have to take someone's life? Especially mbuda umona ako na mtoto wake. And why did they have to do that in front of the child, man? Hey, hata kama ni hata uko na ubaya, see, at least hauna huruma hata kidogo. And now the boy, he keeps talking about what he saw. Unajua babangu alikatwa na kisu. Unajua babangu, like he but I've seen a lot of people.
Trauma. A lot of people might not get it, but that is trauma.
He's traumatized.
That child is traumatized.
But watu wengi sana they've offered to they're gonna a lot of therapists are offering their services for free, and I hope he gets all the help he can get, and that he grows up and never have to remember what really happened. Unajua? But it's so sad, man. It is so sad.
No,
but Sonko Maze, thanks. I mean, I'll tell you thank you. Honestly, like, thank you. I really thought about that story for a whole week, and I'm just like, now what is going to happen? Now what is going, you know, have you ever felt so awful and you want to help, alafu tuko zile za sasa Twitter recommend wasewa sisi kwa sisi ama what are we going to do? Nata sisi kwa sisi watachangia nani? Who, like, you know, because this boy needs a home. He doesn't need money, he needs like a home.
Okay, Feline, you've talked about therapy.
Yeah.
Now, such stories, when a kid sees such thing, you know, they're traumatized for life until the therapy thing happens in between. But this is what happens. The kid will have that, will internalize that, they will digest that, then they will grow with what we call anger in them. Now, that anger will revert or it will regenerate into what we call revenge. Now, revenge means this kid will be bitter with anyone who messes around him. Yes.
Yeah.
So akipata tu mtu yote kipigwa anywhere, atatoa hasira yake hapo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we don't want, right?
We wish him healing. We really, really wish him healing. And may the dad rest in peace, of course. And congratulations to Sonko Maze. Shout out to you, Wenulemse. And that said, let's move on to another story. And reports have emerged of Kenyans in the US allegedly informing authorities about fellow Kenyans' undocumented status, leading to deportations. Now, other Kenyans expressed disbelief, questioning the benefit of such actions. Contrary to some claims, however, US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, have said the body does not offer financial reward for civil immigration enforcement tips, as we had been told earlier. Let's have a look at the video. Happening right now after Trump aingia office. Actually, those are one of the things alisema. Number one, actually ilikuwa deportation. Number two, kutoa America kwa World Health Organization. Number four, like there are so many things he's doing. Zenye watu wako zile hadi ma blacks wengine wako zile za wewe na nilikupigia kura bro.
Alafu narudishwa.
You know, but can you talk about the fact that a lot of Kenyans don't love? Mbona wa Kenya tupendani?
Feline, hapo naweza tetea au majamaa.
No, for real. No.
Wacha nitetea majamaa. Do you know?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, watu wanasema ati wanapeana 96k, 750 USD, right?
Yeah.
That is close at 97,000 za Kenya. But that will not change your life. It's not life changing, especially ukiwa US. Mali unalipa rent karibu 400,000, 300,000 per month, you know. So 90k,
Wacha nikwambie kitu moja. Unajua mimi nilikuja US genuinely. Nikaingia US. Nimesota, right?
Yeah.
Nikaishi hapo. Kuna mtu
umesota ama uliishi Minnesota?
Nimesota. Then kuna nyang'au, kuna msee tu alikam, alikuja hapo unlawfully, akakaa, akaomoka mbele yangu. Then saa zile naendanga kwake, mazee si unisaidie venye ulipata job bla bla bla, nakwambia mazee wewe ni mwanaume hata wewe tafuta. Mbona nisimuuze?
Mbona umuuze inakusaidia aje?
Yeye ndo kana roho mbaya.
Let me tell you, Ron, you si roho mbaya. That is witchcraft. When you are a witch. If you don't, okay, witches are women. Men are warlock. You are a warlock. Wewe ni mchawi.
Yaani mimi ndo mchawi, Feline.
Yeah, how do you do that to someone?
Before mtu hata kama ulifika genuinely, before mtu afike illegally vile alifika, lazima kuna mashida alipitia.
Mbona alifika illegally?
Alilipa sana.
We are following the law to the letter.
Alafu sasa amekuja, amefanya hustle yake hapa na pale, alafu grace ya God kwa life yake imefanya at least akabahatika akaomoka mbele yako. Sasa unasikia vipi unataka arudishwe?
We are following the law to the letter.
I saw a video on TikTok.
But you only follow the law when it favors you.
I will follow the law. I've been asked by the government, you know what? You give me someone who you know that came here illegally so that tukulipe. Na mimi nimesota.
Hiyo ni kwa mchawi. Let me tell you, there is a police officer mwenye ako in Texas, Dallas. Alisema when at his station where he was stationed at, simu zilikuwa zinapigwa. During that time akiwa tu kwa desk, 2 Kenyans called. There's a Kenyan mwenye alicall kureport mse mwenye ako undocumented, hana documents na anaishi maju. Atu mse hana papers, sijui ni nini, akireport kwa police station. Thank God it's a Kenyan who answered. Number 2, another Kenyan called. Akasema, you know what? I know a case of a Kenyan guy. He's here and he's trying to marry a white woman so that he can stay here unlawfully. Can you imagine? Like if you go on TikTok, you'll see that video. Just go search a police officer Dallas or something. Just go search. You'll see. Wakenya wanasetiana. Mse anaona mimi nasumbukana na wewe unataka kuoa mzungu.
Mimi nimekataa wazungu
wamenikataa. Unaoa mzungu haumpendi unamuondo akulete maju. I will not let that happen.
Ujanja lazima ya play kila mara.
Nimekataa wazungu.
Unangoja uta-trust the process na hata labda ijui kama unai-trust.
Hebu nikuulize, I'm being rewarded na dona nimesota. What happens?
No, but I wamesema they're not giving people money actually.
Yeah,
so people are just doing it for free. Wako na romba. I was even if you have any Kenyans who live abroad, uko na mabeshte wenye wako maju, talk to them, watakwambia. Hawatakangi stories za Wakenya wenzao because once someone knows what you do, anaendanga na kureport, ana report business yako, ana report, and they'll just look for mistakes. Kama ni job yako ukimleta huko atenda kuchomea ukue fired. Like they just Kenyans abroad hawapendani. I do not know why. Like, but I feel like it applies hata hapa home for some reason. There's just some tribes wenye wanapendana, alafu kuna other tribes wenye wanachomea nanga, and it's so weird.
Unajua hapa hivi, I think in Kenya it's always like tunachukianaga kikwetu just within our boundary. Lakini
hata tu kwa village
mtu mmoja
na competition, unhealthy competition.
Diamond akijaribu tu kutukana Mkenya mmoja, sisi wote now we regroup alafu we are like, you know what?
Tunamtukana. Lakini kama ni sisi hapa Azia tunapata kila mtu ako zile za everyone has something to say about her. You know, it's crazy now. Anyway, let's move on to another story. And right. Give me a minute. Now, DJ Bash has called out veteran Kenyan DJs Chris Darlin and John Falme, dubbing them unworthy of their Two Kings title. Now, claiming they lack new skills and only cater to the Kenyan audiences even when they go abroad, Bash urged their retirement, stating he is actually a better DJ than they are. You know, we have a video. Actually, we just have a video of DJ John Falme in Australia, and we have his statement, DJ Bash's statement. Let's have a look. I love that song. Emmy was happy, by the way. It's been a minute. Emmy, hey, we need something. But anyway, let's talk about that. DJ Bash has been calling out DJs na amekuwa akiongea vitu mingi sana. All right, so he talked about some of the DJs. Umona kalenda ya John Falme ya January na February imeshaja. So it's like there are some DJs like they have gigs Monday to Monday, and there are DJs who don't have gigs. Unajua, kuna watu wana gatekeep. Like, according to him, there's a live he did, but ukienda kwa feed yake, you'll see there's a live he did, and he explained everything that is happening. So I'll give you guys a chance to talk about that. But let me talk about the fact that alikuwa anaongea stories of promoters. Now, I have been working for, Ron, you know, I've been doing karaoke for a minute now. So clubs zinafanyanga hivi. Okay, majority, according to what Bash was saying, majority of the clubs that give gigs, promoter, say for a karaoke, maybe per night, unataka 20K per night, right? Promoter, ama mse anapeana hiyo night, anakuuliza, how much your rate card, you say like, per night, I charge 20 Gs, ya anakuambia ni sawa, anaenda anaambia mdosi, unataka 30. You get? So 10 ni yake, alafu 20 ni yako. So ukilipa, unajua mdosi atakulipa 20, atakulipa 30. So unamtumia 10K just for the fact that he gave you a night. So some people are getting to a point that they're actually getting tired because they're like, isn't it a kickback? They're like, izima kickbacks zimekuwa too much. So unapata shida ni, there are people who actually do that. Kuna Bash amesema yeye, the reason why actually inamuaffect is the fact that yeye akikwambia he's taking 10K for a gig, na unataka kickback, wewe uweke do yako isi affect do yake. Unage? Ako zile za wewe kama unataka kukulia, wewe kulia as long as it doesn't affect me. So shida ni unapata some of these DJs wanaitishanga maybe 80k or something. So kama Bash anaitisha 80 ama so, alafu apewe hiyo 80, alafu wewe umeongeza 50. Unaona utasema Bash anaitisha 150 and there's no owner who is willing to pay that much money. You get? So saiko kama so a lot of DJs amesema Bash amesema tu anasema kitu yenye watu hawasemi, but it's something that is there and it's killing the industry. So you find that the same people are getting gigs. Ni rotation tu. Huyu anacheza hapa leo, huyu anarudi mali alicheza. It is the same people playing, and we have so many other DJs that don't have gigs. So Bash alibash Chris na Joe akamwambia nyinyi hata mmekuwa kwa industry 20 years na hakuna growth. Juu hata huko Australia mnaenda kuchezea wa Kenya. You're not playing in different. You see how we have different DJs wanakujanga hapa from South Africa and they come play here. They do like a tour. But in Kenya ukiona hata Mkenya ameenda Dubai, a different DJ anaenda tu kuchezea wa Kenya wenye wako Dubai, wa Kenya wenye wako Qatar. Akozile za why don't you grow your brand so that you can be invited in different countries to cater to different audiences, not just Kenyans. That was hiyo ndio ilikuwa noma yake. But then some people claim he's hating. So is he hating or is he spitting, Caro?
I feel like he's hating. It is more of hating.
Yeah.
Because I believe kwa hii industry kila mtu ako na space yake. And ukiangalia watu wenye anabash, these are people who have struggled to make names for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, these are people who started when what they could do was just make mixtapes and wauze kwa matatu, waone kama zitaenda, sometimes hata wapeane for free, you know. And then ukiongelea story ya clubs and promoters and everything, people hire DJs and hosts according to maybe what they are bringing to the table. Maybe kuna ile mentality yenye mwenye club ama manager akonayo ile ya Nikki haya Chris Darlin atakuja na audience yake
akona watu wengi
alafu as much as namlipa do mob, wase
he'll recover his money.
Yeah, he'll recover his money through the sales in the club, you know. So I think it is just a matter of him accepting that kuna wenye walianzisha hii game vile iko, and it is because of such people that actually yeye mwenyewe anapata opportunities huku nje. So I think
so hakuna ku gatekeep. Wewe unaona hiyo si gatekeeping.
Sidhani kuna gatekeeping, ni kila mse kujituma vile anaweza. Jitume. Unajua hata akisema teni mkali, unaweza kuwa wewe ni mkali kuniliko but mimi najituma kukuliko. You see? At the end of the day I'll get more opportunities.
That I agree with you. They say talent is 10%.
Yeah.
Alafu ingine ni 90% ni kujituma.
Yeah, just stop hating. Take some notes from them and get out there and do your thing. You know, I feel like ni kama hiyo story yenye tumeongelelea hapo before, when we are saying that Kenyans are like you're just hating for no reason.
So it applies across. Even in the film, you're in the film industry. So hata uko ina apply bado. Watu wajitume. Hakuna kusema we are seeing the same faces. Kila movie we see the same people and we have many actors. So ni kujituma, watu wajitumi.
Watu wajitume tu enough, work hard, perfect your craft, like invest in yourself more and trust God for the rest.
Awesome. Ron, wewe pia nakuuliza the same. Wewe ni msanii pia. Hakuna gatekeeping. Ni wewe haujajituma. Watu hawakujui juu haujajituma.
Feeling. Karo may talk about the two of you have talked about 10%.
Yeah.
So kujituma, hard work, talent, 10%. 90% is God's. Sawa. So you're supposed to put God first.
God ni 90 alafu kujituma hizi vitu zingine ni 10%.
Yes.
Walai.
Because he's the one who is going to control
Grace,
the whole life.
Grace. When you have God's grace in your life.
Well, that's true. But okay. Yeah.
Okay, now the thing is, I think this is a very friendly beef. It's a beef that will encourage...
The industry needs.
Yes, this is in fact, this is what
we need to talk about this.
Yes, because you know, there are certain DJs, wasanii, promoters, people who have been always venye Karo amesema.
Hata MC.
Yeah. So the more you talk about it, kuna watu watakuwa na sprout. So unaona kama DJ Bash, as the name suggests, and yet there's always a reason for naming. Unaangalia vizuri, he's bashing this guy, he's bashing this guy. He also wants to grow a name for himself through this. So it's just one, cloud chasing, and then two, I love the beef because it's going to make other people also feel, you know what, we also have a voice in this industry when it comes to DJ.
Yeah.
Now that is why if in the entertainment industry, we always need beefs.
We need those. Beefs are healthy.
They're very healthy.
Hata kwa rap,
Yeah,
lazima
hata kwa
kukuwe na
rap.
beef, ndio watu watoe ngoma.
Lazima nikutukane ndio
Umefikiria
julikane.
kama rapper, by the way. Hapo umefikiria kama rapper. You know what? Let's move on to another story. And Japan's aging society faces isolation and poverty, pushing some elderly women to commit crimes for stability, for a stable life in prison. For instance, Akio, who is 81, serving her second sentence for shoplifting, told CNN that prison provides meals, healthcare, and companionship, things she lacks on the outside. Struggling with small pension and no family support, she found solace behind bars. And we have a video, of course, just explaining what we are talking about. Let's have a look.
Japan's elderly population is skyrocketing, and with it, a shocking trend. There has been a surge in elderly women committing crimes like shoplifting deliberately to get sent to prison because the loneliness on the outside is so severe. In fact, in the last 20 years, the number of elderly inmates has risen by almost 300%. You see, because on the outside, these women often live alone with no family to visit them or financial support.
Can you imagine? Shoshako anaenda kuiba.
Ndashikwe.
Napelekwe jela.
Akule free.
You know, anajua huko akigonjeka, anatibiwa, ako na chakula every single day, 3 meals a day, clean sheets to sleep on. Alafu uko na watu wanakuatendia. Alafu when you are outside there, uko kwa nyumba, uko solo, hauna mtu wa kukupikia, you are old, you can barely see, you can barely walk. So what they are doing, and it's now something that, do you know 300%? Do you know the rate? 300% is crazy. Yeah. So sai jela imejaa tu wazae. Na do you know what they do? Wanaenda tu kwa super, wanaenda wanaiba. Alafu anaiba ile yenye anataka CCTV muone.
Kwanza in fact anaiba CCTV kimwangalia. Na make sure mumeniona ni mimi nimeiba.
Anashikwa, akitoka, mkimtoa anaenda anaiba tena. Alafu anarudi. Can you imagine how bad that is? How crazy is it?
Hizi zao ni shida za kidosi, like
I was relate.
For them, these are rich people problem, because for them, these are only elderly people who are doing this to survive. But in Kenya, I think it cuts across all generation and every age bracket. Utapata mtu hata ile presidential pardon mtu aliachiliwa because the state felt that maybe you are a petty thief. Yeah, unapata mtu ameachiliwa tu for free, anaenda anaiba tena arudi na. And this person is not old, it's just that life huku nje ni tough. So them saying that mimi naiba nipelekwe prison because I'm lonely out here, sijui I'm going through. Hizo ni shida za kidosi bana.
In fact, Philin, you know what? I remember when Mudi Awori in 2002 when he was appointed as that
unajua 2002 Karoa kwa amezaliwa.
Unasema
I remember.
I was alive. I was 2 years
so
old.
with Mudi Awori, he brought in certain changes in the prison sector. So what he decided was, number one, is that those people are going to have a bus. And then number two, kulikuwa na certain changes when it came to nutrition. Kulikuwa na sausages, kuna hamburgers, kuna nini. Do you know what happened? In fact, crime iliongezeka because people wanted to go inside there. Juu huko ndio you're being taken care of rightly. Yeah. Just imagine, now, this is the old age. Hao ni watu wazee wenye wako Japan. Sasa imagine hapa Kenya. In fact, Kenya, I think 60% consists of the youthful age. Yeah. And then 40%, 20%, 40% ni watoi na wazae. Yes, so 20% in fact is ni wazae. So wazae 20% wote wakiingia prison. Nani watabaki shabu?
No. But I love the US. I love the US system though. Unajua hizi countries zingine and also Kenya, they have like values. Asians and Africans, they have values kwa zile za what I mean is that nikikuwa na watoto they'll take care of me when I'm old. Seems like that is not working anymore. So US people, some people choose not to get married, alafu kwa zile za if I get old I'll just go to a home. There are so many homes. Zile zenye ni places tu za wazaa. It's a nursing home. So you go there, they provide easy vitu wa Japanese wanapata prison huko, so they get them at nursing homes, you know. So I feel like maybe it's time for the whole world now to adapt. Wajenge nursing homes, mtu akizeeka kama ana watu wao anapelekwa huko, and then the government instead ya kupeana pesa za uzee ziko zinalipwa huko, right? So they can be taken care
I
of.
think that can only work in those countries.
Yeah, in those countries.
Hey, huku first world countries. Hey, huku third world countries. Yo.
Uchukue tu guka yangu peleka. Hiyo ni shamba yangu, shamba.
Shosho yangu hatuwezi mtoa kwa shamba yake.
Ng'ombe, atuwache ng'ombe.
Unapeleka wapi? Hapo kwanza ndio mnakosana.
Ukinipeleka ndani, nipeleke na ng'ombe zangu. Tukae huko ndani.